Welcome to Barz and Shotz, episode 115. You got myself, Flaw 700. You got Ant, the Great One, and you got Jerrell. What's going on, fellas?
Man, what's shaking, fellas?
It's good with it.
How's it today, man?
I know you ready to pod. You psyched up in the pregame. You know what I'm saying? See you ready to pod?
Yes, sir. Definitely, man. This is my thing, man. This is, besides the gym, podcasting for the last 5 years has been, one of my escapes of reality, man. It's like one of those, don't bother me for this hour to 2 hours because this is all I got. This is all I want. Man only want that little cubicle, that little block of time in the day.
That is true.
The rest of the day, it's whatever. I'll do whatever, but just give me that time, fam. And this is that time right here. How's your mental health?
Mental health is good, bro. I went to couples group therapy, counseling yesterday, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Via Zoom. You know what I'm saying? It was us and like 19 other couples, you know what I'm saying, with our teachers and therapists, whatever you want to call it, for about an hour and a half. It was really dope. You know what I'm saying? I got to connect with my lady. And
Isn't it dope to hear other people's bullshit though and just be like, damn, my shit ain't that bad?
Yo, we talked about that from the rip, yo, because I'm not gonna put nobody else's stories out there.
Right.
Just to hear the things that other people go through, it make you just be like, damn, we beefing over this. You know what I'm saying? Because
she's probably like, I caught him stealing out of my purse,
bro.
Him.
Yo,
I'm gonna lie. Hey, couples therapy. I said, hey, yo, I know it feels fucking wonderful.
Man,
other people with worse bullshit.
I caught her in the bathroom sniffing coke. I can't deal with this shit no more. You look at the other people like, damn, all right, we just arguing over bullshit before.
Us, bro, it was a majority of the couples there were married or about to be married, like in the next couple days or so. You know what I'm saying? So it was refreshing to see a lot of black couples because the majority of it was black couples. I think it was one white dude that joined and wanted some shit. But
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think nobody of significance listens to this podcast, so I can get my bars off. It's crazy you would say that, Ant, because once again, the preacher man was on in my facility and he started talking to my soul again. 2 weeks in a row, he got me. But the crazy thing is, before he started talking, I started just having random thoughts, and it's kind of connected to what you just said, Ant. Right? I think that my relationship probably could have survived if I had a team. You get what I'm saying? Like if I had somebody to talk to. But when it's just you and bullshit happen, you got to think to yourself, like, wait a minute. She can't say that. She can't do that. That's not what happened, is it? It's just you talking to yourself.
Topic yesterday, bro.
Man.
They're creating a space for husband or men just to be able to vent and talk. You know what I'm saying? To get a perspective that's outside of your family and friends and people that care about you. Just somebody with no bias that you can vent to and just get your bars off. Basically, you know what I'm saying? So that was refreshing.
That's highly important because if you think it's just you, that's why I laughed. You know what I mean? When you said you was in group counseling, because if I had that opportunity, I probably would have been like you, like, oh shit, this ain't shit. I got going on.
I never been in that situation. I'm not gonna lie, I never did that before.
Had to go to somebody to talk to, or just been in a bad situation where you just didn't know what to do.
No, I'm talking about the situation Ant was in with the group therapy shit.
Okay, yeah.
Like hearing other people's problems. I never been in that setting before. Like me and my wife didn't go through like couples therapy before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, the thing about it is a lot of people think that you have to have problems or be in a situation with your lady or your significant other to go to couples therapy. You can be absolutely good in your relationship and go to therapy and still get something out of it, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about how you receiving the information and just, willing to work, because everybody know relationships are work, bro. It's a constant work. You know what I mean? But I got something out of it, bro. It was cool. I mean, so my mental health.
Next one. I'm hyped for your next one. That shit.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we do the sessions that's free. You know what I'm saying? Because this particular couple, they want like $1,000 for their little package, and we don't have that right now with this wedding and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like a 8-week thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like an 8-week seminar kind of thing, and I think you get like 3 or 4 sessions with them with like an hour just counseling you. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's cool, bro. I am opening up more to the idea of mental health and how important it is and shit. So,
okay, and eventually, no judgment here, and eventually you gonna have to drop one of them tears, man. You gonna have to cry for the old lady, and
she seen that though. So I don't think we got to go there to do that. But
which type of pain though? I mean, you gonna have to get emotional, nigga.
Bro, I'm.
Okay, next topic. Hey, yo. So I said you're going to have to get there eventually, not tonight. We ain't about to do that. So last night, man, we had a versus of the ages, and that age was 2000. I mean, niggas was shimmy. Niggas had the fucking football jerseys on, the big jeans, all of that, man. Bow Wow versus Big Draco, Soulja Boy, man, happened last night. I watched the entire thing. Jerrell said he came in an hour late, and
I left like an hour back before it was over. I mean, I couldn't take no more. Like,
wait.
Hold on, what you mean you couldn't take no more?
What can you take
no more, bro?
I'm about to say Ant need to get his bars off first. What you mean?
Okay, yeah.
So clearly, Bow Wow is the most seasoned performer, and his music hit harder. Clearly,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't even an issue there. For me, it was just the constant back and forth with them. Like, it was a real versus last night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I just
it was corny. You can say it.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't my cup of tea.
I can see how it'd be a little corny. Shout out to Roland in the chat. Shout out to Corey in the chat.
I thought Bow Wow killed it. You know what I mean? Draco played like 3 songs straight or some shit. Like, he was wilding. Like,
I heard about that. I think I missed that part, but I heard.
Bro, he played. I
heard Draco was wilding on stage
3 times. Like, he was bugging.
I heard young Draco did not have a care in the world on that stage in the beginning.
No. He played his record 3 straight times, man.
It was hold on. What song was this?
His new song.
He brought French out.
Okay, so it was 3 different versions. He played his version first. He played Nicki Minaj's version second, and then he brought French out for the third
version. Word is life.
Fam, that's hilarious. But what you gonna do?
That's why it was entertaining, because it was like, this shit is hilarious. So Draco is now the first person to drop a single to do 3 rounds in a row the same song. So he's put his stamp on verses now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the first to do that.
It's definitely smart, dog. I mean, he definitely is a marketeer on his own way. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got his own way how he market himself and how he do things. I appreciate that, but I didn't like this versus, to be honest with you.
No,
I could have did without it, bro. I don't,
Okay.
Could have did without it.
I told you I missed the first half, but the second half, it's just a little weird seeing them grown ass men do them dances, man.
Okay.
I see a whole bunch of kids on stage and shit. Bow Wow up there gyrating. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he was
bro.
doing,
like, get kids over there, fam. Like, he got his own. His own kids came out and started dancing. I was like, all right, man.
Wait, Bow Wow got kids?
Yeah, Bow Wow kids, yeah.
Grown ass kids too. Like they look like they was almost teenagers. It looked like.
Yeah, Bow Wow got like a growth deficient. Like, something wrong with this nigga, yo. Like,
no, he just short, man.
Nah, short. You can't be that short, that big of a head though, fam. It's like something's growing and just got wider and shit. Like, you supposed to, that's nuts. But anyways, but to me, and I'm glad you brought that up, Jerrell, right? if there's a dance that goes with that song, regardless of how old it is, you got to do it. Like he did the shoulder shimmy for one of the records.
I understand that, but
Let me hold you.
You say
Bro,
that.
you gotta do it, bro.
The only reason
do
you
it.
say that is because that nigga still look little. When he's in his 50s, he better not be gyrating on
gotta
stage
do
doing that
it.
shit,
He in
fam.
his 50s. We
That
not
is-
trying to hear
That's
them
almost
records, bro.
demeaning, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, yo,
I don't mean to compare him to this person, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm not saying that he's on the same level of Michael Jackson. But when Beat It comes on, he's going to do the whole performance
yes.
of put the hat on and moonwalk, even though he invented that shit in '82.
Oh, hold on though, but that's a
Still
little
gotta do
different.
it. Okay,
That's a
yeah.
little different because
Tiny.
Mike still was grown as hell when Beat It came out. I'm saying, what do you do? Okay, say for matter of fact, me and my wife was actually talking about this because we was talking during Verzuz, right? Remember how we talked about Bobby Brown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be mad. People can't beat Bobby Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think he gonna do Mr. Telephone Man?
No,
Yes.
because he can't get up there no more.
Yes.
He can't get up there no more.
Yes.
That's kind of what I mean. Like he look crazy doing Mr. Telephone Man, but Mr. Telephone Man is a point because that shit was huge,
Yes.
and he damn near sung the whole thing. So I don't want to see crooked jawed Bobby Brown doing
Chill. His jaw
Mr.
ain't
Telephone
crooked no
Man.
more.
That looks
I
nuts.
get that, but
His jaw not
speaking of Bobby Brown, if
That
New
looks
Edition was
nuts.
if New Edition was to perform, they would do all of the dances.
I don't
And they
need
gotta do it.
Ralph doing Candy Girl, fam. Like no. That's too young. You got
They
to cut
are
it off
gonna do
somewhere.
Candy Girl. You know they're gonna do Candy Girl though.
They
Right?
Damn,
gotta do
Ralph.
it.
Bro, if they did a New Edition versus, they have to do Candy
Have
Girl, bro.
all of
See,
it.
I think that's crazy. I think that's weird. That's weird.
They'll have
They
their own
grown as
band,
hell.
and it'll be a
50
couple
years
octaves
old doing
down.
Candy Girl.
Bro, you gotta do Candy Girl, bro. You have to do what?
And look, and I'm not okay. Imagine if you're not even the lead singer. Imagine you not Ralph. You just Ronnie DeVoe over there doing the Candy Girl steps. Stop it. Like think about everything I'm talking about right now, man.
I hear you, but they just did them though. Remember, a New Edition just had a movie that dropped, and they did some BET special on them. Every song performed, they did all the dance steps.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So when that song comes out, Bow Wow has to do. I bet you, little Bow Wow. You just don't know the way he
And
got
he
it.
did it.
See,
And
nah.
he was shimmying.
fam.
He was
For one-
he was crip walking, all type of stuff, man. It
One
was crazy.
last verses, I kind of shitted on Trina and her pants, and I feel like I have to have the same type of energy. Bow Wow wearing the Cleveland Browns jersey. The number 2, it's not Tim Couch jersey, but I'm a football nerd. I know what bust are. Like he wore like a fake Tim Couch jersey with Bow Wow on the back, man. We didn't want to see that. That looked nuts.
That
I didn't
was-
want to see that.
He
I
said
ain't wanna
that
see that.
his album's cover. If you go back to his original album cover, that's what he had on. That's what he said.
I know.
What the?
We talking about
That's
2000,
the
bro.
point, nigga. It's 2021, fam.
Okay.
Obviously,
2021.
Bow Wow music aged way better than old boy music. Soulja had some hits. Then when they had My Lady Crunk, but Bow music just sound more polished, more like records than Soulja music did. To me,
I don't know if Bow aged well because
He's just a
those-
better artist.
Yeah, he's a better artist, but those
He's a better
songs that
artist.
he dropped at 13, they can't age well because to me, I think the older you get, the less
his
you want.
fans, to his fans around
I
that
didn't
time,
really-
they probably
Yeah, at that. Well, I didn't really see the crowd going crazy for Bow at first. I think they was on Draco's side at first. If you actually listen to the crowd, they was going nuts over that grown music because those kids want to be grown now. So when Bow was playing Bounce With Me and all of that, he wasn't getting the biggest reaction. He started
Maybe
getting.
because it was Bounce With
It's
Me.
Bounce With Me. Yeah.
That's kind of what I was trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. So
That Bounce With Me don't look right coming from a 30-year-old.
yeah, when Bow started getting to his more growner bag with the Omarion feature, with the Walk It Out, not Walk It Out, but what's the feature he had?
he did the Out of My System with T-Pain. That was
Out
dope.
of My System, the feature with JD, like when he started getting to his more growner bag, you started seeing the people go crazy, and even the Sierra feature, the girls went nuts.
Yeah.
But they are, to me, ashamed to say that at 13 this was my shit because they're 23 or 33 now.
Right.
They're not
Right.
going to be singing "Bounce With Me" or any of those kid songs. So that's why Draco was up at first. But
Makes sense.
Bow Wow
Makes
was
sense.
telling him, you emptying your clip too soon. This is a long night, and Bow Wow showed him. He dog walked him honestly, like, yo, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take my time and I'm gonna slaughter you at the end, and that's what he did. So
We kind of knew. We kind of thought it was going to be lump sided anyway, so it kind of don't matter when Soulja would have played those. I don't think.
yeah,
Like 16-4 would have still been 16-4. Don't matter when you play 'em.
that's a fact. Well, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I'm saying if the library is so dominant one way, that's what I'm saying. Not if it's close, obviously. When it's close, it depends on what goes with what. But when it's somebody like these two, to me, I think Bow Wow just clearly had better records. Like it didn't matter what Soulja Boy played. Even his best shit lost. So
Corey, he said Soulja Boy don't have enough songs. And after the verses was over, I think first off, before we go, the verses is over. I think Academic, I'm not calling him DJ Academic.
Oh my God,
Academic showed how ass he is.
What did he say?
First off, he walked on the stage. You must have missed his part. He came on the stage and Bow Wow goes, "Oh, Soul, you got 2 DJs?" And he was like, "You ain't never DJ. And since you think you a DJ, how about you take over for Soulja?" He said, "I'm going through it." His mixes was so trash.
Really?
He said, "I bet you 20 racks. You don't know how to mix and all this shit." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his shit was trash.
Academics went on stage and said that for real?
Oh yeah, but that was what Bow Wow was saying. Bow Wow went over there and saw Academics behind the DJ set and said, "Wait a minute, why you got 2 DJs?" And he was like, Act, you can't DJ. We've never seen you DJ. So now the DJ is going back and forth. I've never seen you DJ, fan. Or what you gonna see tonight? This is what Act said. Bow said, "I got 20 grand that you can't DJ."
Act really got on turntables?
Yeah.
Word is like,
yes.
Oh, that's why I'm confused. I was like, "Oh shit!" Okay.
When you got here, Act must have already been DJing. Unless
okay. I wasn't paying attention to who was DJing at the time. Then
Act was trash, fam. And
I missed that.
and the transition, you know how you supposed to into the record. He just dropped it, and Bow said, "Yeah, that's why you don't DJ." This shit was it was.
Yo, Bow was talking spicy all night, bro. He was talking so slick to him all night.
Yeah. So Academics is ass as a DJ. Yeah. I need to talk about Romeo real quick.
He was there.
Yeah, I saw Romeo. See, that's when Ant left, and I saw Romeo part.
He did a song.
Yeah, because he got a song with Soulja.
Oh,
so Soulja brought him out.
Yeah, I turned it off for like 2 seconds. I don't remember what I was doing, fam, but it was only like 3 seconds. I swear to you.
Okay.
And I hit the play button again. Romeo's on stage performing "My Baby" or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then he went. Then he went into his solo shit.
That shit.
Then he told Bow, "I told you that you couldn't do a versus without me and some shit."
Without me, like nigga, I'm stalking you, nigga.
Like somebody had to bring you though.
I told you can't do shit without me, nigga. Where's your other 19? That's one nigga we know ain't got 20. Fam.
Where's your other 19?
We know damn well Romeo don't got 19 or 20.
Yo, where's your other 19 is hilarious, yo.
But for me, I'm into history being made. I am. And even though this might be a little beneath me, that is the first time I think Bow Wow and Romeo have been on stage together. So it's pretty iconic for a generation that never seen them two together. And they've always
not my generation.
Not our generation exactly, but
we don't give a fuck about this at all.
at all. But I understand the moment they tried to make, and hopefully that generation accepted it. But boy, did Romeo get up there and call Bow Wow, Michael Jordan himself, Kobe, and Soulja,
right?
LeBron.
He said a whole bunch of corny shit up there, and then ate some rap snacks.
And the internet, wow. And the internet went ablaze. Who the fuck is Kobe? Did he just call himself?
Nigga called himself Kobe.
He called himself Kobe.
He called himself Kobe. For one, he called Bow Wow Jordan. So,
well, I get well. Bow Wow is the Jordan of those littles that has tried to come up, right? No,
Lil Wayne was the first little
kid. Lil Wayne was never a kid rapper.
Lil Wayne was a kid when he came out, fam.
That's a fact, but he wasn't.
That nigga was like 14 when the Hot Boys came out.
But he wasn't targeted for kids though. Like what he's saying. He was a gangster rapper at 14.
Go back and watch that hardball video of Wayne. He did not want to be there.
Right?
He was pissed.
Yeah, him and Bow Wow ain't the same sound. Nah, you right. They're not the same. I'm just saying that he was the first. I'm just saying that Wayne was one of the first. Like, ever since Wayne came out and got popular, everybody became little.
Yeah, Wayne's one of them goats. He's on that Mount Rushmore. That's a fact. Yeah. But as far as like, you got to give M more credit because there's a lot of white rappers who tried to make it, but boy, ain't nothing like M.
And sound just like, and try to sound just like M too.
Yeah, like Timberland thought Bubba Sparks was the next shit.
Man,
bruh.
I got my white.
He gave him the dopest beats.
He gave him the keys, bro. It's just
yo, that ugly beat. Never mind. We on the tangent. That ugly beat. You couldn't give that shit to somebody else, man. But it's all good. It's all good.
This is what happened. Oh shit!
You could have gave that to Obi Trice, nigga. Like you could have gave that to somebody. Obi would have killed that shit, nigga.
So what was that? Where was that? God damn, where was I at? Oh yeah,
Draco and Lil Bow Wow is
Romeo,
like,
yeah. Romeo calling Bow Wow Jordan. I get it. If you looked up to him, like he's the most famous and most successful little to actually be a little.
So how is he Kobe again?
I don't know that part. I didn't say that.
Bow Wow is Jordan. He more like, I don't know.
He more like Jerry
Isaiah Ryder, maybe? J.R. Ryder, maybe?
See, yeah.
Trail Sprewell? Like a 2-time, 3-time All-Star, no All-Pro. You know what I'm saying? Not whack, but
like not augment, nigga.
Yeah, like not a perennial All-Star. You just make it once or twice.
You want to know Romeo's issue? The issue I got with Romeo? I'm listening to his new single. He says, "I ain't worth 300 M's." I'm like, no, your dad is worth 300 M's. You basically never had to make a record. Like, he wanted to make rap so bad, he never had to do it because his mind is great. Like, he can talk well. He sounds
just like P.
He sounds just like his dad.
He sounds just like his dad, yo.
So if Soulja Boy, Bow, and Romeo was to have like this triangle group, I'm letting Romeo be the mouthpiece. He like the guy that connects the pieces without music. So him calling himself Kobe is blasphemy. Like you're great at what you do, which is talking and selling chips. But music, like, how dare you call yourself Kobe? If that's the thing.
But then again, that might be his dad good at selling chips too.
That's another thing.
Yeah, like I don't know what independently what Lil Romeo has done.
That's a fact.
When it comes to business, I haven't seen him without his father. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but
that's a beautiful thing though.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing for him and for black people in general. But individually, I'm like, fam, you're not your dad. Like, it's all good.
So as soon as Romeo leaves the stage, Bow Wow plays the Romeo Master P disc.
The Romeo disc. But the only thing, the crowd ain't really seem like they got it though.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see no crowd participation, nothing, man. Like they didn't feel it. That's why I was like, man, nobody cared.
It was the wrong crowd there. Everybody who they was targeted to are grown now. So who was supposed to be psyched that they was there? Like, for real.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Are the crowds, it's hard to say what I'm like. I guess what I'm about to say can be debated because there's this video going around with Travis Scott, Drake, and the crowd going crazy. So if the right song comes on, the crowd going to go nuts. But this versus crowd, whether it's Red or Meth, whether it's Swiss and Tim,
they seem a little,
the crowd just seems to have their phone out and watch it and not really.
Like outside ain't open yet. That's what it kind of seemed like.
Yeah, it's like, I just want to let you know that I'm here. I'm not going to sing the words verbatim. I'm not going to get hyped. I'm just going to pull my phone out and get this on Snapchat and let you know that I'm here.
Right.
That might be where we're going with crowds, though.
So that's what the future concerts this summer going to be? Like when these artists start going back on tour?
It's looking like it, right? Unless this is just the first.
I don't know. When you pay tickets to see an artist, seem like you would be going there to see the artist perform. I don't understand that.
New generation.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Social media. I need to let you know I was there.
The last concert we was at, bro, the Rough Riders joint, bro, that thing was rocking, bro. The Barclays Center was rocking, bro. This was 2017.
Yeah.
Last concert I went to was the Anderson .Paak concert in Philly. At the Fillmore standing room. That shit was rocking with no phones out. I sent pics on my social media in the beginning of the show. But other than that, everybody was rocking.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of me entering the building. Like, let's say I go to Barclays. I might take a picture of, I'm here, and leave it alone.
And I might take a picture of the stage and the crowd, or maybe when the artists first get on stage. But after that, I'm rocking. Like,
take a picture.
I paid money to get in here, nigga. Like, y'all didn't.
So they paid to get into Versus. We don't know.
I don't know.
Shout out to Peaches in the chat.
You probably would think not. Probably would think it's just the people who the insiders, little fan base, or people who they know and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Downstage peoples and all that.
You about to say something before that, Ant? Or
Nah.
I thought you was too.
Okay, I thought you were about to say something else. And so yeah, Bow Wow wins. I don't know the score, but Bow Wow's catalog is better. But I think Soulja Boy got his respect last night. I think that's what he wanted, and I think that's what he got. We keep saying who's next. We didn't think that this would be next. I didn't think this would be entertaining. We have no idea who's next, but what we do know who's not next. Queen Mary J. Blige.
Hold on, let me get that
Queen
image up.
And while we're at it, Jerrell's about to upload this audio and visual for the YouTube watchers. You got to get on YouTube, man. Barz and Shotz.
Right. I was about to say I got to do it one at a time. First, we're gonna talk about what everybody thought was gonna happen.
Okay, so this fake poster for July 4th went out. Tony versus Mary. Ooh,
this would have been fire. This would have been fire. And even though Mary is still gonna win, because Tony don't got that. She got too much. Mary got too much longevity. You know what I'm saying?
Would have been one of those verses I skipped.
What?
Yeah. I know why.
Hey,
I know why.
Okay.
The energy would have been crazy, bro.
What do you mean skip?
You don't have these problems, Jerrell.
What do you mean skip? Hold on, why? I need to know why. I need to know why you're skipping.
Flaw got to skip it because bitch, Love should have brought him home last night.
So what?
You feel me? And Mary is not gonna cry no more, bro.
So
you feel me?
You gonna miss this verse. That's because you don't want to get into your emotional bag while you by yourself.
This is a fuck niggas versus, man. What are you talking?
It's not a fuck niggas verse.
So
I'm watching Mary J. Blige. Nigga.
I would watch this versus basically pure off the music, bro. Like you gotta watch this versus. It's Mary and Tony.
Your lover and your secretary working every day. I can't do it. Not doing it.
So you mean to tell me you can't watch a Mary J. Blige versus, man? Stop. You just watch Bow Wow and Soulja.
Right. You got right. The whole in its entirety too.
You the only one who watched the whole thing. Start to finish. Ant left. I said, fuck it. I'm gonna skip the beginning. You watched the whole thing. We gonna tell me that Mary J. Blige, the queen of hip hop soul, you don't want to see her sing Not Gonna Cry?
It's not just Mary. Tony with the love should have brought you home last night. Can't breathe.
They kill that shit too.
Yeah, the vibe would just be crazy, yo. Like I had to watch this in separate rooms, bro.
A lot of just musically, right? Just musically, a lot of people don't realize that's a lot of Puff Daddy versus Babyface too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In that battle, like half
Especially
of those playlists is gonna be Diddy versus Babyface.
L.A. Reid in them, yeah.
Right.
But let's be honest. Even though artists are great, like I remember noticing this. I guess this is why one of the reasons, right? When I was young, my aunt used to play a lot of songs that I just thought was dope songs. And one day, my aunt's ex-boyfriend was just mumbling around the house, like, why y'all listening to this depression shit? Like, y'all keep listening to this shit. And to me, I tend to not want to be around a collective of music that's like kind of could put you in a depression mood. Like, I might put one depression
music though.
Yeah, but if you keep listening to me, my thoughts is if you keep listening to it, it puts you there. To me.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because we had that conversation before.
Yeah, I get it.
See, I can listen to that shit all day and go out and double dutch, nigga. I don't care. Like, like I can do anything. Like, I'll still be happy about listening.
A whole day of listening to this kind of music, though, probably will have you in a
vibe,
you
stuff like that don't bother me at all.
Day listening to niggas. You ain't shit, nigga. Music, like nah.
You'll find something to be mad about. Like your life could be fine. This verses will come on, and your girl will start thinking about some shit you said it did 20 years ago. Like, fam, it's not even me no more. But
next day watching Wicked West Hell.
Sitting there nervous as hell.
Now the shit not stopping. Now you gotta listen to Waiting to Exhale soundtrack and shit. Like,
life. You feel me?
You look at her talk about, you all right? You ain't said nothing in like 10 minutes. What's going on?
Once you start asking your silent partner, are they okay? It's a long night, man.
When they don't start saying nothing like 15 minutes, they not on their phone and nothing. They just watching TV. They just watching TV.
Good? You good? Of course they're not
you good?
And then you don't even want to hear why they not good though. What you doing right now? Like
right. You just asking because you want to break the tension. Like, what's happening?
This is why this versus is not good. But anyways,
it'll be fire though, bro. It'll be
Boy,
fire
it
though,
is
bro.
good. You just emotional. The fuck out of here, man.
It'll be fire though, bro. I promise you. This one will do numbers.
Too bad it's fake.
Too bad it's fake.
Number one, we know it's fake because of the Apple Music shit at the bottom.
Yeah, because they're not even with Apple no more.
Somebody was. How did you do such a great job but lazy as shit on that part? That's the crazy.
Yeah, they could have put Triller in there. That's the whole.
As soon as I saw that, I said, "Oh yeah, that's fake."
Matter of fact, this whole graphic is that Apple Music same layout type thing.
Right.
Remember the picture of Soulja Boy and Bow Wow? I put that don't look nothing like this because that's the new way they do it now.
Okay. I be missing shit like that.
Well, I got the audio of Mary discrediting this. Hold on. She was on the Breakfast Club. I don't usually watch the Breakfast Club shit no more though. Somebody actually showed me this. That was the only reason I was able to do it. Hold on.
Would you do a versus?
You and Hov unbeatable.
I don't know what a versus would do for me. I'm
because it's not about you. It's about us.
Celebration. Yeah, it's definitely a celebration.
It's a celebration.
Like, I don't know what a versus can do for Mary J. Blige right now, but right now it's not something that's on the top of my list.
It got to be extended 100 songs.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it.
Because when you think about it, what would a versus do for Mary?
But like they said, it ain't about what it's gonna do for Mary. It's about us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yes. Versus is for us, bro.
You can't tell the artist that though.
I think all the artists.
Look at I'm just saying you can't tell Mary J. Blige that shit. Like,
I mean, it depends on who asking, who's saying it.
Yeah, that's true. I could see. Matter of fact, I could see why the selling point. What's the selling point for versus? Like when Tim and Swiss call you, what's the selling point when you're as big as Mary J. Blige? We're not talking about like, people that fell off or whatever. This is somebody that's still in the limelight. She might not be doing music anymore, but she's still doing shows, movies. She got nominated for like an Emmy like a couple years ago.
For me, I think that the typical rollout is the same for everyone except Mary J. Blige for this reason. I say everyone except Mary J. Blige, even Beyonce, because here's why. Mary J. Blige has had a 3-year rollout of celebrations for the last 3 years. Like, how many tributes can she have? So when
she was getting divorced, remember?
Right.
Like she's happy. She back happy now.
Right.
The BET one.
Right. Yeah. So when you go, we want to celebrate you, bro. I've been celebrating for 3 years. So that's why for Mary J, this don't work. But for Tony, listen, we need to make them remember who you are.
With Tony is completely different.
Right. The writers, Neo, we need to let them know what you did.
Right.
Little John, we need to make them everybody else, Bow Wow, Soulja, everybody else.
Right.
We need to make them remember. Remember, Red and Meth rollout was give me my flowers. And we did this. Like I'm still here.
And plus, remember, Meth ain't had to do that.
Because Meth doing the same kind of shit Mary doing. He on
doing
shows.
The same thing Mary do. They both on Power Book too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And plus, the only reason Meth probably did it, remember, he has an album coming.
Right.
Mary don't got no album coming.
Yeah.
You could tell.
And Red, man, you know what I'm saying? Like Red, my man, he want to do it. Let's put some attention on my brother. So there's reasons why Ghost and Ray, Premier, like RZA, let's help people remember who we are. Mary does not need that. Like
at all.
Beyonce isn't walking around with tributes. So if Beyonce did want her flowers, she's not going to do it either. I'm not saying that. She ain't
It's too early. It's too early.
It's too early. And Beyonce's not doing it, but I just think that this bag for verses is so different for Mary J. Blige and Mary J. Blige only because we just been celebrating her for the last 3 years, honestly.
Right.
Tony needs one.
I would love to see Tony.
Yeah, I would like to see Tony.
Against Tony though. It's hard, bro.
It's hard because Tony is one of those artists that wasn't. You put her like a step below Mary J. Blige and Mariah Carey, but she's above like Faith.
Yeah,
she's above. That's what I'm saying. It's like tiers. Like she might be in that second tier. Like she was a superstar, but she wasn't Mary, and she wasn't Mariah Carey, but she was a superstar though at one point.
How long was Tamar Braxton's run?
At what?
Tamar had some hits, but I'm just saying. Does Tamar have 20?
No,
I don't
not the same. Not when it comes to. not when it comes to music. Not she was she became popular as a personality at first because at first they was remember her sisters had their own singing group called the Braxtons. I don't know if y'all know that.
Yeah, I remember
they had
Braxtons.
They had a couple albums as well, and Tamara was basically the lead singer, but she didn't pop like that until their show came out.
Okay.
And everybody get to see their face, like the Kardashians and shit. Like the Braxtons had their own TV show. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, she married one of the biggest producers in R&B. I forgot his name, and then she became getting like those records that popped.
Okay.
But since she's divorced, so there ain't no music coming from her again either.
Oh, shit. That marriage ain't work.
Their marriage ain't work now. They divorced. They divorced either last year or the year before.
Jesus.
So speaking of Mary, her documentary on Amazon Prime dropped, and I watched it in its entirety. I did, and after it made me put on the My Life tape. Now, keep in mind, fellas, I think that might have came out in '94. I did not. This is my first time listening to it in its entirety.
What?
Why would I listen to My Life, Mary J. Blige? It came out.
Why
in '94.
wouldn't you? That's her magnum opus, bro.
How would I know that? I just know that there was when I listened to the
So
album.
you don't listen to R&B music at all when you were younger.
I do, but in '94, that was.
I get it. But I went back. I went back like you did and listened to that album,
that's
bro.
That's not too far past your age rate. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't old to you.
No, that wasn't. If the tape wasn't around, like I was a singles guy. Like I don't remember what Silk's whole album sounds like unless I went back. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the singles for me.
I guess when it comes to Mary J. Blige, My Life, that's considered in our generation one of the best hip hop albums ever.
And if you said that, I would agree because if like a lot of the classics are based off people said they was. And
Right.
Okay, cool, but it wasn't for me at that time. But as the album played, I'm listening to single after single. Look, I've heard this. Like she had like 6 singles. So
That album was crazy.
I'm really shocked that you haven't heard that before.
Yeah, album was crazy.
it's a crazy,
that's
it's a
classic
crazy
album.
sad ass album. Like it's the most depressing album I've ever heard in my goddamn life. But
That's R&B though.
I will say this though. I'm not gonna. You can't spoil a doc. It's like it's documented stuff. But me and Jerrell talked about the sophomore Jinx pre-show of last episode, and it was brought up. Yes, Roland, I didn't. Whatever.
I told you. I know I'm not the only one. That's shocking.
Right.
We'll let it go though.
I listened to Mary J. Blige, My Life, Friday night. Dope album. I love it. Doesn't matter if it's 25 years later, 26 years later.
And you be on Jay Helmet too. That's my thing. You be on Jay Helmet talk about shit like that, yo.
I didn't say to an album in '94 though. That's like saying, "Oh, the shit dropped in '91." I might have not have heard it. I just say, like, got me some slack. But in '97 and on, I heard that shit in '97 and on. So yeah, Mary J. Blige she's coming off her first classic album, was the 411.
Right.
Sells 3 million records. Mary J. Blige goes and tell this story about how she, came out the projects or whatever, and selling those records don't mean a thing because you feel incomplete. So she meets KC from Jodeci. Make a long story short, you could thank KC for the My Life album. He's like 45, 50% of it.
Pretty much.
Because she had a life before him. Let's not get it twisted. Like, I don't want people to just be like, oh, KC is responsible 100%. But a lot of her demons came out in the My Life album. And, KC was, the freshest one. So, yes, you could thank KC from Jodeci, from KC and Jodeci for a magnificent masterpiece. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, damn, in the social media era, is this kind of fair to KC, though? Because if he has Twitter, they blowing his shit up right now. He minded his goddamn business. But I also said to myself, man, if you was to write a book, what names would you use? Like, because you played a significant part in my life. You put out a book and you put somebody's name in there and they're minding their business. It's like 30 years later, I've changed. I'm a new person. I just feel bad for that person, even though allegedly it was abusive. He was putting his hands on her. So that's a no-go.
Right.
There was a lot of things that he did. It's a lot of drugs involved, both ways.
Right.
I don't know if KC's clean. Like, when was the last time we seen KC? Was he falling off on stage or was he
something like that?
Okay, so maybe he still got a substance abuse problem. I don't know. So if he ain't trying to get better, don't know. But I just thought that was nuts. What you say, Ed? I'm just saying.
Tell you the last time we seen Casey, he wasn't falling on stage.
He was
He was at the Soul Train Awards a couple years ago.
He forever shitting on somebody, right?
Oh, yeah, Soul Train Award saying Jodeci back, right? Niggas
He wasn't falling off the stage though, bro. But he was lip syncing every song. They lip sync every single song. So you don't even know if these niggas can sing no more. Like
right.
But if Casey walks on stage and say Jodeci's back to take the crown, you know the nigga high, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
I think Casey smoked his vocals away a long time ago. Him and
I'm just
JoJo.
glad Mary ain't never smoked crack, man.
She did, I think.
I think she did.
She did coke, man. It was coke. She said coke. She never.
I don't
said
think
crack.
she named the drug of choice. She just said she was just doing
She
drugs.
said it, bro. Yeah, she said coke. She said
But
maybe.
hold on though. Even if she did do crack, she just didn't do crack at the level of KC. That's all. Like when you look at Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, you could tell who was getting it in and who was, just partaking in the life.
Or who could not handle it. Like,
right. Whitney was getting it in. Bobby got it in.
Bobby could not function without the shit.
That nigga jaw crooked for a reason. Whitney ain't had a crooked jaw.
Yeah, Whitney made a comeback, another comeback. Like Whitney's like,
right.
This shit. Let me kick this habit real quick. Bobby could not. It's just a difference on who can and actually who can handle the shit. So yeah, the Mary J. Blige doc was dope to my life, and then I played her following album. Like Mary J. Blige got some shit, man. Like,
man, her catalog is stupid, yo.
Man, you acting like this supposed to be common knowledge, sir.
I know, but I'm just giving Mary her flowers. That's
like,
all.
Okay. Her first 3-4 albums.
To Share My World was
Share My
crazy.
World was crazy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Her first 3 to 4. What was after that? The Mary album.
That was crazy too.
That's what I'm saying. Then you follow that up with the No More Drama album.
Drama, yeah.
She had like a good 5. So like Mary was married for a while.
Yeah.
So, but to piggyback off what I was saying before, that sophomore Jinx though, and I want to bring Styles P into this because I was watching an interview once again. Jerrell, like I said, when the energy goes into the air, you start seeing more, like the algorithms of the world. You start seeing more. So they were saying, "Oh, you only saying Big better than Jay." I forgot where Styles P was at, but they was like, "You only saying Big better than Jay-Z because he died or whatever." And Styles P said no. He said, Nas, Jay-Z, and Biggie, I knew they was like some of my favorite artists because once they second album dropped, once you did it, like if you do it once, that's cool. If you do it twice, I fucks with you.
Back then, in that era, that was major.
Right. It was major. If you can
Sophomore Jinx was a major thing back in the 90s, yo.
Yeah. So he says Biggie is the GOAT because the level of maturity from Ready to Die to Life After Death is unlike no other, bar none. And that was his argument. I said that's a good point.
Very good point.
Mary J. Blige and Puff Daddy, before they created this masterpiece of my life, that says shit. And we just did the 411 second album, Jinx coming. Can we pull it off? That was some pressure that we actually forgot about back in the day.
Yeah.
Like Puffy didn't have Bad Boy. He was still like an intern.
Right.
He was still trying to earn his stripes. Mm-hmm. So that pressure to create the My Life album was huge. And to sell 3 million records again and create a body of work like that, that's how you got solidified as like a GOAT. I don't know how these guys solidify themselves as GOAT today. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But that sophomore Jinx, that following that first classic with a second classic and selling records.
Honestly, to piggyback your point with coming to Puff, I think that was a major thing when it came to Usher too. Because remember, did Usher's first album. He didn't do a second one, I don't think. But I don't know if he had anything to do with that second one. But it took a while before that second one to come out because of that.
Yeah, because he went to Puff to get the first album off, and it didn't really pop like that. Then he went to JD, then the My Way album, and then boom. You feel me?
Right.
So he beat his sophomore Jinx. But to your point, they didn't want to do a second album with him because of the first album. Right. Didn't do so well.
And that was, Usher's kind of weird because not My Way, but the first Usher album, how old was he?
Like 15.
15.
Yeah.
So when My Way came out, that nigga, that nigga graduated high school. You know what I mean? It was different Usher. Like I would have liked to see what Diddy could have did with a grown Usher.
So you're saying Diddy didn't want that pressure of, damn, so we didn't do good the first one. We ain't going to do shit the second one. I'm not going to recoup my bread.
I'm not saying that was he did it on purpose, but I think just the way it happened, I don't think Usher had anything to do with Uptown anymore. And by then, Bad Boy came along, and that's when I think Usher and his people went to JD, like Ant said.
Mm-hmm.
And just so people know, we came up with this because I was listening to Triumph last week. So when we listening to it, we was like, yo, if this is Wu-Tang's first single off their second album, these niggas is the GOAT. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
when you do your second album like that,
Yeah,
That's
double
why-
album.
right?
Yeah.
That's how it was back then. When you do your second album filthy like that, you don't. There's no
Man,
more that you
The
can
first single, even though I already said on the show that I'm not a huge fan of it, the first single off Big's second album was Hypnotized, man.
Mhm.
And then it was
More money.
More Money, More Problems.
do. Yeah,
It was like, yo, like when is that? Like before that did not happen like that.
Yeah.
Like sophomore albums did not pop like that.
those 2-3 year gaps in between albums, and then when you drop Hypnotized, because you waiting like Big, you can't do that again. That was the pressure of all of them.
Right.
Can't do it again.
Can't do it again.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh shit!
And for Big to do a double album as his sophomore joint
Boy.
from Ready to Die, that's pressure,
Some
bro.
people actually put out an album and it flopped, and they say it wasn't their first album and then drop again. Like Mobb Deep,
Like the Mob.
like the Fugees.
Yeah.
Don't nobody talk about Blunted on Reality. I remember that shit.
Don't nobody talk about Juvenile Hell, but shout out
Nobody
to
talk
the
about
boys, man.
Juvenile here.
Juvenile, like that's a thing too, because the sophomore Jinx. Once
Yeah.
that first album, nah, they're not doing that. They were like, yeah, we ain't dropped. Y'all don't remember that. We gonna wait 3 years and then sound a little different and pop another way.
Yeah. So
It's kind of like that now when it comes to streaming. How many first albums Dave East gonna drop?
yeah. What is Dave East?
How many first projects is Meg gonna drop, fam?
Yeah, her.
Yeah, this like her third freshman project.
Damn.
So
All right.
I was giggling at the fact that to me it's kind of like KC just got thrown under the bus, which she probably deserved, but just randomly. So then I'm on the Instagram. Shout out to the Lottery Queen. It's her first time on YouTube live chat. Appreciate you stopping through.
Shout out, Queen.
Yeah, that's Peaches.
Oh, it is?
That's
Yeah.
her,
That's
her
her
YouTube
YouTube
name?
joint.
Oh,
Her
okay.
YouTube joint. That's all.
Okay. Shout out to
Peaches.
Peaches. Shout out to Peaches. I'm on Instagram and T-Pain is randomly, I guess he was asked, I don't know, letting the world know that a long time ago, Usher.
Speaking of Usher, right?
Yeah, speaking of
I
Usher,
didn't even think of that. Speaking of Usher,
the segue is nice.
right?
Usher sent him into a 4-year depression by telling T-Pain that what the chick called the T-Pain dude? Auto-tune
Auto-tune.
has destroyed music. Set music back.
So this was actually off an interview, bro. Off
Yeah.
the new documentary, This Is Pop on Netflix. I watched
Yes.
it. Go ahead.
Okay. But to me, if you're Usher and you're chilling, minding your business, once again, we're in the internet era. Meaning that the second somebody gets wind of some shit you might have did 25 years ago, keep in mind I'm not that guy anymore. I guess that's where my energy comes in at. Like I
So
get
it's
it.
almost like now it's like almost like a reverse bullying effect. You're saying
It can be.
because now everybody gonna shit on Usher for some shit
Yes.
he said 20 years ago.
Yes.
I get it. Like like you said, KC probably getting some hell right now just because of the Mary doc. He ain't got nothing to do with that.
Now,
Or
she-
he had something to do with it, but that
Yeah.
was over a while ago.
Yes, yes. And Mary has gotten over it. She's the queen. She looks
you-
fantastic.
But if he was the inspiration for that album, like you said, he 50%. He get 50% of that credit. You gotta give him his bars. Gotta
think-
give him his flowers.
You gotta take the good with the bad when you fuck up
Right.
somebody's life.
Right?
I get that as
Jay
well.
Z said, "If you gotta be Bobby then, you gotta be Bobby now." If you want to be the king of R&B and have my prerogative, you gotta have a fucking crooked jaw right now, nigga. You gotta take the good with the bad. You gotta take it all.
Yeah, I agree with y'all 1,000%. It just the way my mind thinks when it comes to these type of things. Like it's always like a domino effect. Once one fall, they all start falling. Then you start seeing similar stories. Like, okay, so now T-Pain, you want to talk about Usher 20 years ago? Okay, now KC. Nobody said nothing about KC in 5 years. Now
Right.
the doctor, they about to kill
Now
us.
all of a sudden, nigga, you fuck Mary life up.
so is this the new wave? Like people bringing up shit from the past
Yeah.
and gotta
It's-
relive
That's not
them
really
wave?
it's not really a new wave. That wave
mean-
been waving for a while.
You're right. I mean,
Wait.
and
We've
what
been
we seeing
waiting.
in the celebrity life though? I mean, in the music or entertainment business, is this the new where people about to start? We got to get some old Frank Sinatra stories. Old Frank, bitch.
Damn, I just thought about Big dead, but he might catch some heat for Faith albums, man. Damn.
Wait till the docu come out.
Yeah, that Faith first album. What Big had to do with that?
He was on tour.
About that, they go start like posting on about his mom and shit or his kids. Why you do that? Why your dad do that to Faith?
Remember, Big had to answer questions off Faith first single. I remember the way you used to love me. Right. Big had to say, bro, I was there when she wrote the record. It's not about me. It's just a dope song. I don't know.
Yeah, all right, nigga.
Yeah, all right.
What her ass do with your fat ass anyway? You already know how they used to look at that relationship anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. The Kim doc, Big is going to be the reason she got all that fucking surgery. I'm telling you, nobody is safe.
They gonna go on his kids' page. Why your dad do that to Kim?
Yup. This is the internet era. That's crazy. Be careful, but if it's your story, tell it. Like, I'm just torn. If it's your story, tell it. If it's your truth, tell it.
Yeah, it's not up to you how people perceive that shit. Like,
it's just that you might.
Well, I don't know. Do you have a responsibility for that? It's kind of like when remember how people used to say stuff about Nicki, but then she'll get the barbs on them.
Oh shit.
So you know you have that responsibility. Same thing with Beyonce. Even though Beyonce doesn't use her power, Beyonce want to stick them bees on you, nigga. What?
I think Beyonce doesn't have to. I think that's why the Hive is most nuts.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Nicki was always that's why Nicki was always an asshole, because she used to do that on purpose. Beyonce never said to be told to be how to do anything.
She never told him to do anything.
But if she did, your ass is grass, nigga. Like, you might as well log off and live life. Your social media life is over.
No more social media for you. If she ever gave a command,
you gotta get a new page, nigga.
That's the spooky part of the hives, right? You got the Nicki hive and you got the beehive, right? Now, I think
Rihanna with the Navy. I know them niggas. They hard too. Say something bad about Rihanna, they on your head. The Navy ain't playing. Yeah. Once your hive got a name,
it's
they call them niggas the Navy.
They take pride in who they are. Like,
they call their Navy, son. Don't fuck with them. I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
I'm not fucking with no group called the Navy. Nah, I'm good.
Shout out to the documentary. Shout out to everybody that's coming out with one. Just know that, hey, there might be some shit with your name in it, and you got to worry about somebody's hive.
On your ass.
On your ass.
On your ass.
Man. Like, God damn, that was
log off and live life. That's what I try to tell people, yo. Just log off and live life, yo.
It's a sign. It's a sign. Maybe the internet's not for you. If you don't,
So hold on. So if you want to talk about that, let's talk about Trick Daddy. You think the internet is not for him?
I think Trick Daddy is too old for the internet. I don't think he's on it, honestly. So I think he can survive this. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Killed on Clubhouse.
Did he?
He ain't on Clubhouse.
He ain't on Clubhouse, is he?
Bro, where he say that shit at about B can't sing and Hove can't? That was Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
He was on somebody's Clubhouse after that, bro.
Word.
Defending that shit. What a story at?
His old ass on Clubhouse.
I don't think he knew he was on Clubhouse. I just think
he was on the phone. The nigga just talking. He thought he was talking to somebody else, and he was talking to 1,000 people.
His story made absolutely no sense, right? So I want to talk about the Jay-Z part, right? And then we're going to talk about 25 years of reasonable doubt while we're here, right? He said that Jay-Z switched his name 2, 3, 4, 5 times. What is he talking about?
He said
every rapper got aliases. What does that mean? Every single rapper go by more than one name, yo.
And according to Trick Daddy, he wasn't an established rapper till Big Pimpin' and UGK helped him out. According to Trick Daddy.
That's what all the South niggas say, bro. You think about that, yo. Yeah. All the South niggas say that about Hove. He wasn't popping till UGK did the track with him.
That is a lie.
But to ask credit, that's what they say. Now, for
some, when did Jay-Z do the High remix? Stop playing with me.
98. That was 98.
Come on, man. Like,
I guess the energy from the South and the East is always going to be different. We just seen T.I. for some reason bring it up, right? The East Coast, blah blah blah. Nelly was Air Force One. The South and the Midwest, they just have a thing. I think the East and the West don't have that issue anymore. I think the West just know who they are. They don't care. And the East respects the West. All of it's really coming from the East needs to respect everybody. The West seems to have theirs. Either they got it or they don't care. But the South just seems to want to keep poking at the bear for reasons we don't know. No matter how many times we say we like y'all, we fuck with y'all, they keep wanting to poke the bear. Now, if we remember, a lot of our New York artists started doing features with the South. Mobb Deep did a record with man,
Lil Jon.
They basically did a record.
Lil Jon did a Mobb Deep record.
They did a record with Lil Jon. They did. They also did a record with I think it's 8 Ball MJG. I think it was them on Murder Music. I just didn't want to get their name wrong. Jay-Z reached out to Too Short. Too Short is from the South, I get it, but Too Short, whether it's Juvenile, whether it's
about to say Scarface
Master
been on
Scarface
and Jay-Z been on a couple of their own albums, like at least
Scarface,
3 or 4 times.
Master P with Dipset. So the East and the South have been forming this alliance over the years, and there came a time where if you were an East Coast rapper, you had to have a South artist on your album. That was the era. That was the time.
I don't mean to cut you off. I think I know what it is. I think it's between New York and Atlanta, not the South. Think about it. It's Atlanta and New York. I don't think New York has or the East has a problem with the South. I think Atlanta has a problem with New York, if that makes sense.
I believe what you're saying because they make it this fake East Coast West Coast thing when it's really New York Atlanta thing.
Yeah,
it's like,
I think it's a city versus city thing.
Yeah, it's a city versus city thing.
Nobody like people from Miami like Rick Ross don't never talk about shit like that.
That's a fact.
The South, like Master P, Juvenile, and all them, they had mutual respect. Like we talk about Scarface, UGK, Texas, 8 Ball, MJG is Memphis. I think it's just Atlanta is the thing.
That's crazy that you mentioned that because rest in peace to Pimp C. But before he passed, he had an issue with Atlanta too. He told the niggas he wasn't South.
Yep.
Because of their time zone.
They time zone. Yeah.
Like they not the same. Like they don't think of each other at like to us. All of that is the South.
Yeah.
For people that grew up in our area, but that they are completely different. They don't vibe with each other like that. Like the South, like when it comes to Louisiana and Atlanta, they are completely two different Souths.
So I can understand Atlanta's issue because they're huge. We're talking about Babyface. We're talking about LaFace Records. We're talking about the Dungeon Family. We're talking about Jermaine Dupri. We're talking about everybody moves there once shit gets popping. You know what I'm saying? Like they are a huge force in music, period, not just hip hop. And when you become a huge force, you always want to fight the bully. Like in New York, it's always going to be the bully. So I just think it's just that energy. You can even hear Jermaine Dupri sometimes still say, you know what I mean, some crazy stuff, man. It's just always.
And plus, it's kind of you're gonna talk shit when you up. They've been whooping our ass for how many
years, bro?
That's a fact.
Years.
So they up now.
Yeah, and but Trick Daddy is from Miami with this blasphemous comments, and he says that Beyonce can't sing. Now, the reason that the original question was, is Trick Daddy safe from the internet or something like that? Trick Daddy to me just reminds me of your grandma. You know how you be around family, old family, and they'll be the ones to tell you that their singer is better than your singer. That Mary J, that Beyonce can't sing. This person can sing. Like they really stand by who they like, and I just think that Trick Daddy is like your grandma. I'm
about to say, in reality, they all can sing. It's just all about who you like more. Saying Beyonce can't sing is ridiculous. Like it's just false. That doesn't make any sense. Like she can sing.
Who was he trying to put over? Was there an artist that he was trying to say can sing better, or did he just say Beyonce can't sing? Because it has to be somebody.
Quote, Beyonce don't write music and can barely sing her motherfucking self. Beyonce can't sing. He said, man, I've watched my godmama train Beyonce vocal lessons her whole career. I'm going to give her an unpopular opinion right now. Beyonce is to R&B what Jay-Z is to New York. That's why they together. Jay-Z ain't never won the greatest rapper alive. Whoever put him on a level like that. Said the only reason why Jay-Z receives love is because Notorious B.I.G. was killed.
That's all wrong.
I think that sounds personal.
I think if you're not from the east side of things and you say that Jay-Z's only the king because Big's not here, you're reading clips. Right. You're reading quotables. You're not even doing your homework.
Right. Jay-Z was undeniable. Like he was too good for anybody to stop. Like it's not about stopping. Like they would have either worked together or just worked
Which they did.
parallel with each other, which they did, or they would have been parallel. You wouldn't have stopped Jay-Z. I don't think he doesn't have that type of mentality. Like he wouldn't have stopped rapping.
Yeah,
I don't think he would stop.
Trick Daddy doesn't hit me for the guy that had Biggie and Jay-Z's first few albums, so I don't know if he knows.
Nah, I think about it. Jay would have been bigger.
Probably so.
Because he would have been
music.
Yeah.
Because I think Ho would have stepped back from. I mean, Biggie would have stepped back from music.
Because Big and Jay actually talked about forming a group together. So
Commission.
What would have came from that?
I think Jay-Z would have been bigger because what Jay-Z has shown us is he can look at everybody, see what you're doing,
right,
and adjust and do better and say, like, because everybody was on their own island, and I think this is one of Nas's downfalls. He was only concerned about himself.
Right.
Over's looking at you like, okay, that y'all like him?
Right.
I'm gonna go harder. Like he looked at everyone and said, okay,
exactly.
That's what y'all like. I'm gonna go harder. So he was the only one that was doing that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying when it comes to that, like Jay-Z carried Rockefeller for how long not by himself, but
10 years.
Not by himself, but he was the main attraction for Rockefeller for how long, and he didn't even want to really do that. His whole heart wasn't even in rapping. He was the executive too.
Yeah,
all these niggas is just doing is rapping. Imagine you rapping and you doing the other stuff too.
Now think about what Big did for Unbiased, Undiaz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Writing for Junior Mafia. That was what Big wanted. He was making more money writing for them,
right,
than making his own music. I can see Jay-Z might have wanted to retire, but I can definitely see them working together. Jay-Z still putting out music, and then Big and them hiring talent, writing for him.
Never know. They both could have been in Def Jam. Never know. Like you never know what could have came of the commission, man. Like that would have been major.
And they're
when it come to music. So when it come to music, they both probably would have been bigger than what they were when Big died. Yeah. So you can't say that Jay wouldn't have been nothing. That don't make any sense.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Jay and Big, this is random that I just thought about. I was watching a clip of the Breakfast Club, and a certain individual was on there. I can never pronounce his name, fam. But he said that Tupac had a plan before he died. And keep in mind, this is around the end. This is around Hit 'Em Up just dropped and everything.
Had a plan, you said?
He had a plan. He said that he wanted to make an album, Biggie, Nas, and Mobb Deep, to squash, to bring unity to.
Who was this?
What's my man name that played in
You gotta give me some reference.
Ballhead black dude. He played in he had so many movies, man. What's the movie he did with Jada Pinkett?
Oh, you talking about Bokeem Woodbine?
Bokeem. What's the name of that movie, fam? I can't think of it.
Jason Lyric. Oh, you talking about Bokeem Woodbine, like Dead Presidents and all that. Yeah. He said that he was close with Tupac, to be honest.
He said that was Pac's plan.
Okay, because he was in the Not Mad at You video.
Yeah.
Him and Pac were really close friends in real life, so he went in that. He did that video after he died. So.
Yep.
Yeah, they was close. I don't believe it, but yeah, it's cool.
He said he was gonna make an album with Mobb Deep and who else?
That was the plan. Mobb Deep, Nas, and Biggie.
So basically, all his enemies
to squash his beef. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
seemed like at the time that Pac died, he was on wartime. I don't see no peace coming out of that camp at the time.
Yeah, but he was saying.
I'm not saying that he wouldn't have got to that point, but at the time, it was wartime when it came to them too, right?
Or maybe that was something that he might have talked to him about, like, yo, maybe on some drunk shit, like, man, I don't know do this. You know what I mean?
I mean, to his credit, it's not like he ain't rapped with Big before. They were friends, so never know.
Yeah, but you can't create an album.
You can't say that now, though. Like,
Hit 'Em Up. Forget now. Hit 'Em Up. I'm not just about to do no album.
After Hit 'Em Up, I think it was over.
Don't you niggas got sickle cell or something? You can't just do that.
Yeah. I think after Hit 'Em Up, it was over.
Bitch, like you can't just do an album, Pop.
Yeah, that don't really make any sense.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like Ant said, he could have been drunk and said it for real. You never know.
But speaking of Hov, man, 25th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. So I guess now we have the explanation as to why this Reasonable Doubt actually, like, news has been in the news for the last 2 weeks. With Dame Dash trying to sell his NTFs, I believe. And it's crazy because DJ Big J was actually on here talking about NTFs. And that's my first time hearing about it. So now we're just hearing a lot of NTF talk where Dame Dash actually owns the third. Well, I just think that this was bad timing of trying to sell anything Reasonable Doubt because this is Jay-Z's bread and butter, like his pride and joy. Like maybe you can try to sell it next month, fam. Not right now on the 25th anniversary. Let me get my shit off.
Tripping.
Maybe it was on purpose.
It definitely was on purpose.
Dash on purpose.
Yeah, I don't think anything Dame does is stupid or uncalculated. I think he's a very smart dude. He might not win all the time because it's Jay-Z, but I think Dame Dash is still Dame Dash. I think he's smart.
But if you Dame Dash, you do own that third. Can't you do what you want though? Technically,
exactly. That's why I don't see I don't understand how Jay-Z is going to sue me from selling something that I own. That makes zero sense. I'm a Jay-Z fan, but when it comes to like personal shit, like fuck that. Like that doesn't make any sense. I would sell it if I want to.
But that's always going to make Dame look nuts because he's Dame.
Right.
So we all like, yeah, Dame, you doing some fuck shit. Dame, no, technically I own that.
That's why I said I think everything Dame does is actually smart and calculated. It's just he's an asshole and people don't like him. Mm-hmm. That's what it all boils down to. Yeah. Even when he do his interviews with the Breakfast Club and he was talking about being a boss and all that, he was just being an asshole the way that he said it. But what he said made perfect sense.
But if you take from what he said and apply it to your life, like, you might be on to something.
Right. It depends on who you are and your mindset. Like he has that mindset, but everybody not going to have it. And his approach is always just, I don't know, just brash and in your face. And people don't like shit like that. So
Reasonable Doubt. You want to give Hov some more flowers? Tell me Reasonable Doubt. Give me something like.
Well, I told you that my big story of Reasonable Doubt is I skipped school to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I was 17. It came out in '96. I took the bus to downtown Trenton and copped it and went home and listened to it all day.
Yeah, that was. Once again, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm old. I'm an old head, but I missed that tape era. When you had a tape, and this is like the story that I was telling you. When you had a tape, you let that tape simmer in that box for a while, whether it was a mixtape or that tape. And when you walked up the street with your boombox and you had that tape, you was the man because you had it. When you rode up the street playing that album, you was the man because you had it.
Right.
So getting that Reasonable Doubt album, getting that It Was Written album. I told you, my guy, back when I Am dropped, his school was over and we went to the AM/PM. He had the I Am album. Didn't nobody know it was out. You got I Am album? Nigga, school just let out 2 minutes ago. I ain't even get a chance to go downtown. And that was the time you thought the I Am album was a double album. You didn't know it was a solo till it dropped.
Yeah.
So
I was that guy in high school. I was that guy in high school because when I used to go back and forth from New York, dudes used to give me money just to buy mixtapes because they couldn't get them unless you went to like Columbus and shit, Columbus Market in Jersey.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I'll go to NY and get a whole bunch of mixtapes and just give them out. I was selling them at a higher price than I got in New York. That's how I was making money in high school. So I was the man when it come to that. Nice.
Yeah, Reasonable Doubt. When I heard Can I Live, I said, what the fuck is this? Can I Live? The slick talk in that album was so nuts. I ain't never talk slicker.
To continue my story, when I was rapping and when I was a teenager, I stopped rapping after I heard The Evils. Because I told myself I stopped. I was like, I can't do that. I'm not gonna lie. Like Jay-Z actually stopped me rapping, yo. He's the one who, like, after I heard that, I was like, I need to get work on these beats. Like I was like, I'm gonna be a producer.
Nigga turned to
the cleverness of the words in that song when I was 17. I can't do that. Like, that was the first song I'd be like, yo, that's crazy. And it's one of the songs that wasn't a single, and nobody really talks about that song. But The Evils was the song that stopped me from rapping.
Damn.
That's crazy. Reasonable Doubt, 1996, Jay's Baby, still doesn't own it 100%. And you got any Reasonable Doubt stories?
Politics is
where were you?
Wild. That was the one I heard that in my uncle. My uncle had a Bronco. And bitch, he used to put that shit on. Politics as usual, and that's what I didn't know who Hov was. Be honest with y'all, bro. I didn't know who he was until that song, and I got the tape after that. And bitch, he dubbed the tape for me. Remember, nigga, dub a tape for you.
Word.
He dubbed the tape for me, and it was over after that. Threw him in the Sony. It was on.
Right. Yeah, but Reasonable Doubt, man, that was, I was a big fan, so, Ready to Die was my shit. But when Reasonable Doubt came out, that was like the only, that and Illmatic was like the only two albums that I thought that could be better than Ready to Die growing up at that time. For me.
Cause that was the measuring stick at that time too.
Measuring stick, Illmatic, Ready to Die, Illmatic, Ready to Die, and then when Reasonable Doubt came out, it was a wrap after that. Like those three albums right there, between when Illmatic came out, 93, 94?
94.
I think 93, Ready to Die came out in 94, and then Ready to Die came out in 96. So that little 4-year window. After that, like, I don't think any New York or East Coast album has been better than those three since.
Jesus.
What did you think of It Was
Like all
Written?
of my classic albums after that, I think is from other areas.
A lot of people say It Was Written is better than Illmatic, bro. I'll get a lot of that.
I'm just not one of them.
I don't think so.
Even though I don't really argue that because It Was Written was really dope, but I do not think it's better than Illmatic. Not too much.
I say a lot of people, say that It Was Written is better than Illmatic.
You say my internet chopped, breaking up.
No, Flaw, I got the
Let
internet.
me send my YouTube version. We done got to an hour and 60 minutes, man. It's going crazy on me.
Damn. We stay
When you, so what did you think of It Was Written?
Now I was saying a lot of
I
people.
don't think the internet like that question. I think
You
that's.
hear me?
Seems like your stream is having connection issues. Oh my god.
He asked the wrong question today, fellas.
Yeah, he asked a Nas question, and all of a sudden his internet starts fucking.
Internet don't like that shit.
We're like, Nas
Shit
just
was
won a
so
Grammy.
fun.
Leave him the fuck alone.
Leave him out of this.
It's kind of crazy how
Derek
we talk
Chauvin.
about. What happened, Flaw? You good?
Nigga said
Oh, you
Derek
ready?
Chauvin.
Oh, he switching topics. He can't hear us, yo. Like once I start talking, he ain't gonna. Flaw, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah. When it comes to It Was Written.
Ready?
Oh, see, he can't hear us.
He can't hear us.
No, I can hear y'all. I can hear y'all.
Oh, yo, back
Okay.
down. Okay, let's switch topics then. Talk about Derek
Which
Chauvin.
topics? Derek Chauvin gets 22 years. Make it quick. So,
Yeah, fuck him. Move on.
The-
You know what I'm saying?
Derek
Fuck him.
Chauvin murdered George Floyd with his knee, handcuffed behind his back, smiling, all smirking, thinking shit's a game. Obviously, he's done this plenty of times. Gets 22 years in prison. A lot of people are not happy with this. Some are. Some are saying this is the longest sentence given out for a police officer, killing, a black man, a black person. Some feel like he'll be out in 5. Some feel like he'll be out in 5 on good behavior. Some feel like he won't do the whole 22. I've seen so many people say that their relative is doing 24 years for drugs, for weed, for shit like that. So, how did y'all feel when y'all heard the news of Derek Chauvin's sentence? And I hope this shit working.
I was gonna say it's light work, but 22 is 22. That it still mean that he could probably get parole and shit. So he should have got life.
He definitely should have got life. He gonna have to do 85% of that time they were saying, so he might do like 15. Oh, he gone.
Flaw got bounced. He'll be back soon. But yeah, hold on, he back.
And parole can still hit him. Every time he go to parole, they can still hit him every time. So, I don't see that happening. I think his first parole hearing, he gets free. That's just what I think.
You think?
I think whenever his parole hearing comes up, whether it's 5 years from now or 15 years from now, he's going free.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's like light work, man. Like it say 22 years, but he ain't doing 22 years.
Corey's in the group saying,
Yeah, I do believe.
he got federal charges coming up.
Oh, does he?
That's what
I thought this was it. Like to be honest, I don't know. I don't know all the info.
Yeah, I agree with Ant was saying, because they're going to keep him in isolation. They're going to he's not going to be with the population.
Of course,
But he's going to be safe and then safe for 5 years. Like, so as soon as parole hearing comes up, he's not going to have got to any trouble because they're going to keep him isolated. They're going to keep him, they're going to make sure his state isn't that bad. But don't get me wrong, nobody wants to go to prison. Nobody wants to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you in ICU or whatever.
Oh yeah, it ain't gonna be gravy in there. People still gonna try to get him, yo.
They're gonna put him in a tier where all bad cops go, bro. He ain't gonna be on no regular tier. He's gonna be on a tier where all bad COs and bad cops. Period.
Think about it. But only thing though, how many of them are there in jail? That's the problem. Where
I was thinking the same thing.
He's gonna go to a jail where they all at, bro. I'm trying to tell you. He's gonna go where they all at.
Okay.
They're gonna protect this.
All of them in the world. Okay.
All of them in the country, probably.
Yeah, I agree with you, and because they would have to do that because they don't arrest enough. So if you put them all in one facility, then you might have a nice, decent population.
All them niggas can fit in my basement right now.
Right.
So what is that saying?
All the ones that have been convicted, yeah.
All of them that can be convicted, I could put cots in my basement and have them in there.
If you put him in population, he won't last 24 hours, bro.
Oh yeah, nah, that's different. No,
so you have to segregate him, bro. He's gonna be in isolation for the majority of his time until they get him in that. You know, with the dirty cops.
22 years is a long time. And I think, here's my thing, and I might get killed for this tape. But the white man built we built the prison, we built everything. But the white man, you can't send them to prison. They're above that. 5 years might be torture to this man. I think we're thinking like black people terms. Like, right. We'll do 5 years.
Compared to what he did, though,
that's a fact.
He might be coming out before the next Avengers movie come out, nigga. Like, think about it. Like Avengers 5 might come out after he gets released, nigga.
I agree with you, bro. Listen, I agree with you, but they don't think they're supposed to get any time at all.
Right.
So for him to get 5 might make this, he might be on suicide watch. Look how many times white people commit or they die in jail, commit suicide when they go to prison. They can't handle that shit for a week, fam. Right. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, I know I killed a black man. Ain't that what we supposed to do? Ain't that what we conditioned to do? He might go nuts in the 3rd year, fam. Like, why am I in here? I was doing my job, and I think that's what they believe.
I understand that.
Like for black people, for his Hispanic people, yeah, 5 years ain't shit. We'll take it over.
My cousin did that.
Yeah,
my cousin bitch ass could do it. I could do it too. Now, I mean, that's the way we think. Now, I mean,
we'll eat that 5.
I'll be back.
That ain't shit.
That ain't shit. But I just think 5 years to a white police officer.
Right. I know niggas that ain't never. I don't remember the last time I seen them in a summer. Like, nigga, they always in jail, fam. They come back like, I'm going to November, nigga. Like, there's a reason Wyclef made that song. Like, I know mad niggas get out. Like, they always release them like before wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like that. That's just jail life, man.
Yeah, so
if you're in the hood, you know shit like that, though.
George Floyd again. Sending my condolences to the family. 22 years is never enough when you
so how you thinking the Floyd family feeling? I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. How you thinking the Floyd
only thing
family
I saw,
they got paid. They got like 20-something million, and they got this.
Yeah, but I don't think a payment will ever fix
of course
anything.
not.
And to me, I don't even know how I would even want to take a payment because it just seems like I'm selling out in a sense. Like
you say
they
that,
go $10 million. Like, bro, I want this back.
I'm still taking it though.
I'm taking it.
Okay.
Wouldn't you feel some type of way though?
Honestly, I don't know.
I'm taking it.
All right, so like we paying you, so don't press charges. Like,
nah, they can't. Nah, you can't think of it like that though. You can't because that person that you lost, like you said, the feeling behind it, you would never let go of that. So I know it's money. I'm still getting paid, but yeah, it's not going to replace that person though. No.
If I'm the man that died, I would want you to take that money because if my death is going to give you $10 million to my family, I would rather not be here.
If I die, get murdered by the cops. If my wife still got to go to work, I'm pissed.
Yeah, I'm haunting you.
Yeah, like as long as my family is being taken care of, like at the end of the day, that's the only thing you can actually hope. It don't matter what you think because you could be dead anyway. Yes. But you will hope that your family is okay when you're gone. That's like if you're a real man and take care of your responsibilities. That's what you would really think about. But it all depends on what type of person you are. That's all.
That's exactly what we sitting on. If my family can be good, even though it's a choking Like tapping out like that is one of the hardest ways to go because it's torture.
Right.
I get that. But if my family can be straight, because I mean, while I'm here, we were struggling.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go and millions of dollars,
only positive spin you could really put on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if me leaving means that my family will be taken
fact.
care of, like we get generational wealth. That's like the only positive spin you could take from that.
Facts.
Flaw, you good?
you see me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We good.
Okay. It started chopping up. I just put my head down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm about to say after y'all, I didn't think what I said was so profound, nigga. That's
Yeah,
what
word
I'm
is life.
I got this nigga sad for real. I was like, yo, you good?
I didn't even hear the end of what you said.
Oh, about to say, I thought I got them bars off, fam.
That's
I
what
was
I
like,
said.
yeah.
Man, I said, damn, Jerrell, raw, bitch. This words
hey,
hit
man.
home.
Nigga put his head down after the bars, nigga.
Speaking of he got money, I seen this clip on Instagram where a young lady was saying that her and her man, she met a guy and he spoiled her, bought her a loft, bought her the finer things in life.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that.
broke up.
Yeah.
They broke up and he still pays the bills because he has to. She says he has to deal with it. She ain't going nowhere. She's not about to downgrade her life because she's not with you anymore. I guess, yeah. And I guess
I'm about to find that clip, yo.
You can't even, fam, hold on. You can't even make that bullshit up, man.
she was dead ass serious.
She was dead serious. She said, I'm not about to
I saw
downgrade
it.
my life. That's crazy. And it's
We're
people
not
that
talking
really
about
think like that.
We're not talking about like a spouse. We're talking about like some
A
chick
boo.
that like a boo, some chick
Right.
you was messing with for a little bit.
No children. It's not like you're putting the children out on the streets. Just a girlfriend or just somebody you was flirting with.
Right. You ain't got no ties to it all.
No ties with her at all.
You just not
Just
fucking with
wanna-
her no more.
She want a severance package, yo. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the severance package is a place to live.
She
Right.
want a severance. And the car.
Nigga.
Bro, he bought her the BMW and everything. He bought her the BMW and the loft.
That shit wild, fam.
See me? I'm looking at
That's
this.
tricking
Like,
at his finest.
yeah, I'm looking at this like they definitely belong with each other because he's using his money as bragging rights.
Right.
So he don't mind spending it. And I'm not trying to count his money, but if that was us, but I think those two belong together because obviously he's tricking and it makes him feel like a man to do that. Right? We see so many times where men be like, if your girl paid half the bills, you ain't no man.
Right.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're only saying that because you can afford 100% of the bills.
Right.
Right.
You wouldn't say that if you couldn't. And if you can't afford 100% of the bills and you and your old lady have agreed to split bills and you guys are happy, does not make you less of a man. Just, this is the situation and we're going to take care of it. So I just think that a lot of times men speak from an advantage, which is the corny part of men sometimes, bro. When we are up, where we act like we was never down. We act like we was never down, bro. Oh, you
Right.
can't. Listen, I got $1 million. You can't make $1 million? No, nigga. Like,
Bro.
like
Corniest shit ever. You're
yo,
right.
they like men. That'd be my issue. Like they never show you how to get it. They just be like, if I can do it, you can too.
Right.
How?
Can you imagine Jay-Z coming to your crib talking about why you ain't got $500 million?
Why you ain't got? Why you got?
I'm from Marcy Projects. What your bitch ass doing? Like, God damn, ho. Like, relax.
I had vocal talent the way you have. I can do something with my life.
I mean, I cut me some slack, baby.
Yeah, like God damn, like not everybody can be you. Like whatever with the art and all of that. So that be my issue a lot of times with men. It's like when you get money, we do dumb shit. Oh, I got it. Like we are afraid to say we don't got it because we want to save it, we want to invest it. Or what you need. Don't worry, I got it. No, you don't. You might have it, but you technically don't. Because 3 months from now, you're gonna wish you still had that money you just lent out. I've been there. I've done stupid stuff with my bread. And 3 months later, you go, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I wish that's what I told that person. No.
Oh, you're buying shit for no reason.
Yeah.
Just because you got it.
Because you think you got it. And I don't know what this gentleman does to where he can afford she got a Porsche, a Bentley?
No, she got the BMW.
She got a BMW and a loft. in the loft, and she looks very good. So I'm pretty sure all of the dresses, the makeup, she don't get regular manis and patties. I'm saying, like, she just look expensive personally herself. Like
she look expensive. She look expensive. Anybody would look expensive if you spend expensive shit on yourself.
Yeah.
Like if everybody bought, if you had the top notch hairstylist,
bro, she looked like the type that like
she looked like she got catered to.
Yeah, like like Flaw said, she look expensive. Like she don't drink regular water, bro. Like
she drink regular Fiji. She
like alkaline water. I need all alkaline water. Like, know what I mean?
Now, I might be speaking from I guess a broke man's reality, and maybe
you mean most people.
Most people.
You ain't gotta say
okay.
Broke man. You're not broke compared to most people.
I'm not broke. But let's just say this was like a Diddy rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
Paying for her loss in BMW probably ain't a scratch on his ass.
No, but that don't mean you do it.
Though. Right, that don't mean you simp and just still do it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Saying it's not about the money. It's just this nigga's a nut.
Yo, if I'm a billionaire, I'm not paying you for your fucking house. Like, that's stupid.
Bro,
like,
it depends, bro. It depends. First of all, this dude might be ugly as hell and might just have money.
That money might be his that money might be what makes him feel good at night. Like, I can do this. I'm handsome now.
But that's if you're with the person that we're talking about. If this is a chick that he's not with anymore.
But because
she got to go. Yeah, she has to go.
But in his mind, she looks amazing. And even though she don't want me, because keep in mind, you always can tell when the girlfriend initiates the breakup. When we broke up, we still cool though. She broke up with him.
Right. He
didn't break up with her. So that's when you know that they're still who initiated the breakup. So if you're him and you have no confidence in yourself, then you go, well, how do I keep in contact with this young lady?
I let her keep the loft.
And shout out to Corey. He said, "What videos does she have on him?" Like he messing with kids or something, bro. Like
he did
on
so
the low.
wild.
Like some on the low. He got like a child porn collection or something, man. Like I don't see.
Or she might just got that snapper.
But he can't get none.
Snapper
it's a chance though. But think about how dumb we are. Yo, if I let her stay in the loft,
if I let her stay
the car break down, maybe the car break
time.
down. Yeah, maybe I can get over there because the leaky faucet or something. You know what I mean? Like, we always think it's a chance when it ain't.
Yo, man, we dumb as hell, yo.
Yeah,
we think we always try to squeeze a chance out. Like,
stupid,
it's
man.
over.
We stupid as hell. Yo, we gonna have a man cleansing episode one day. Like, I need to teach y'all. Men is stupid.
Hey, yo, I'll tell y'all that I'm doing something similar right now. Let me tell y'all what I'm doing, right? So it's this one lady I follow on Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan.
I can see the way you said it.
I heard it in your voice. You a fan.
But she got a man, and I don't think she interested in a kid.
Okay.
But one thing I do know is we all have our fall off season.
Yo, this nigga turned into Marvin's room fast as hell. You see
his life.
And you see this shit?
I feel like
all of a sudden Marvin's room that shit, right?
I feel like if I keep liking the pictures,
and she can do better, right?
Yeah, I'll keep that part. I'll keep that part to myself. But if I keep liking all of her pictures of
what you said LL said about dude, yeah.
He said, you only know him. You only know him 5 months.
Yo, Flaw about to start dirty macking, fam.
I
can see it already.
After he get it out, LL was wild.
Fam, I can see the dirty mac. I can see the dirty mac forming in your shoulders, fam. It's coming. All you need is a window, and you go pounce on her. Watch.
That's fucked up, yo. She gonna ask Flaw to work out one day.
Yep.
I'm breaking off again, fellas. I ain't hear what you said, Jerrell.
I forgot what I said, but let's just say that don't turn into Drake, bro. I understand you want to do the dirty macking thing, but don't. Gotta have some type of self-respect for yourself.
All I'm saying is the goal is to continue to like the pictures, and one day she goes, "Damn, this nigga was consistent. Let me hang out with that, bro." That's all.
His consistent.
This nigga was consistent.
It's not gonna work, bro.
No, you don't think so?
Like all the pics.
I don't think it's gonna work.
All of them.
You got how many other niggas think the same way?
Here's the thing, though.
They have to keep up.
But is this somebody you actually
They
know
have to
personally,
keep
or
up.
she just IG period?
Huh?
Is this somebody that
No.
you know personally?
I've met her.
Okay, so you would know if the breakup did happen. That's what I'm saying. Would you
Honestly,
know?
she keeps it private. No, she doesn't.
Right. So
I
that's
just
what I'm
happen
saying.
to keep the post.
That's the thing, though. So
And
what do you do?
But one day, you don't. You just keep liking the post, and then one day, she's going to say, "You know what? He's been consistent."
See, you got to teach me, fam. I don't know nothing about Dirty Mackie. You got to teach me, fam. Like I don't know.
It's a 12 round. It's a 12-round fight.
Fair.
By the 11th round, like, you know what?
That's borderline creepy. It's borderline
because you like it.
Because
you liking the phone.
Anything when it comes to chicks and the long game is borderline creepy when you think about it. Anything that you do,
dropping gems and I can't even hear you.
Damn, you can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Oops, seems like your stream is having connection issues. Come on, like let me rock, yo. You gonna put songs after this? I hear you now.
Oh, I was about to say that. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say that fast. Your shit still choppy? That Flaw still breaking up, man. Damn.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, because even on my end, I can see like his bars is it's not as high as it was before. You keep fluctuating. We gonna get it right though.
Flaw, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, here's the thing. It don't never seem like you go anywhere. It's just choppy on your end. See, I don't even think he heard that, eh?
Maybe the internet lords don't like this conversation either.
So we can't talk about Nas or dumb niggas. We can't talk about Nas or dumb niggas or this nigga internet gonna start fucking up, man.
You're ready to play? Just play some records, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get off of here, man. We'll check y'all out. We gave you a nice little hour and a half episode.
It's an hour and a half, 90 minutes, hour and a half. We on.
So we'll check y'all out, man. Peace.
All right.